That's right. Welcome to Tea Break. I've been doing a bit of, tree felling yesterday. It's just a pine tree in the garden. Unfortunately, it had died. And it's been actually standing dead wood for a couple of years. It's quite a tall tree, so it was a rope and harness job to bring it down. Fortunately, I didn't have Wilma with me yesterday when I did it, and I took it down. Wilma has a habit of sitting patiently underneath the tree if I go and climb it. So obviously if you're dropping great big lumps out of a tree, it's not good. But there we go. Couple of things. This is my dog, Wilma, in the way as usual. Still little cleaving hatchet. Got a decent heavyweight head on there. Now if you're into the outdoors, sort of camping stuff, and you like your nice axes and things, you probably look at your halter fours and your Grans fours or whatever they are. You might not be aware of still. Obviously they make chainsaws, that's what they're known for, but they have a whole range of forestry tools, and they're worth considering if you're into the camping side of things. Yeah, fine, it's got a bright orange head and it's got this bright orange end on the handle, but it's a good quality tool. They do actually do sort of like a handmade axe range now, but that's an extra 15 quid over this, and it's not something I needed. Plus I quite like the fact that their stuff's orange, because if you are out and about and you're working in this sort of colour of stuff, if you've got something bright orange, it stands out when you put it down. So don't always think camo is the best option if you're out and about, because it's a good way to lose things. Excuse me while I have a drink of tea. God, I love a cup of tea. Right. Next thing I want to talk to you about is this. This is a moisture meter. Now this is purely here for demonstration purposes today. If you're into camping, you're not going to need one of these. It's not, if you're just looking for wood for the campfire, this tree as it came down, you could burn it. But if you're using wood on your fire at home or in your stoves at home, you want to get the moisture content down as low as possible. Ideally, your moisture content wants to be no higher than 20% to burn in the chimney, because the higher the moisture content, the cooler the wood burns, and then you get your tar deposits sort of lining your chimney, and then you're more likely to get chimney fires. It just causes you more problems. So the lower the content of the lower moisture content of your wood, the better. So this is just a very simple scanner. See there, it's just got it turned on, 0%. Now, as I say, this wood has been standing dead for at least 2 years. The sections that were further up have got a lot of rot in them. You can just see it's just starting on this edge here, just to rot out there. It's just starting to loosen up the grain. So I stick this in the middle, bear with. There you go. There you go, you can see that there's about 35% moisture content in the middle of that wood. So you could burn that now. If you're having a campfire, you could split and burn that now. But it's not ideal in your house. That'll dry out quickly, but it's going to want a few months to settle itself down, dry out. Obviously that's why we split wood. It increases the surface area and it dries out a lot quicker. So that's not a tool you desperately need, but a nice one to have if you are storing wood, if you're stacking wood yourself, you're using your own supplies of wood, you've got your own wood shed. It's a good way of monitoring the actual moisture content of the wood you're putting on your fire at home, or someone else's fire if you happen to be supplying wood. Here we are down here in this bit of the garden. I've set up a little tarp. You see, I've got my DD tarp up because yesterday it was tipping it down with rain. The setup on this is very simple. Just tied it onto a bough off of this lime tree. Huge, great lime tree. Tied it off on a low bough on that. Tied it off over there as well. And then coming down here, because there wasn't anything suitable to tie to, pushed a stick into my leaf mould pile and tied that off there. Run a line down to a peg, which I just made, just a notched little peg, knocked into the ground with another log, and then I just use this slip knot just to tension it up. Nice, easy knot, that very, very convenient. If your guy lines break, that's a great one to know how to do. My little workstation home from home, just finishing up these logs here underneath my tarp with my dog. I've also been, actually, testing out this, which as you can see is a parang, and as many of you will know, it's a Chris Kane survival tool. Yeah. There we go. I didn't buy this to survive, although were I to need to survive, I'd be very glad if I'd got it with me. I've only just started using it, but it's a fabulous tool. I do a lot of, when I'm felling trees or just trimming up in the garden, you often clear things down, and you want to trim things out, get the pile a bit neater, whatever it might be. You want to just slice a bit down. If you cut some stuff down, you want to make it a bit smaller, a bit more compact. So I use sort of machetes, parangs quite frequently, and I've got a couple of others, but the plan is now I've got this and I'm using this, is to move the others on. So there will be some things coming up. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and advertise them via YouTube as a knife sale, because I can't put them on eBay. There'd be useful tools for bushcrafters, people outdoors, other gardeners, whoever it might be. So I'll be selling them purely as tools, and all I'll do is advertise them on there. I will put the price on there, and if people want them, they can message me, do a personal message with their address. I'll post it out, so then they can post me the agreed money when they get the tool. Obviously there's a bit of a risk to that, but I haven't met anybody through YouTube who isn't honest, so I'm prepared to take that risk. But this is a great tool for me. Great tool. Used it yesterday for the first time, and it's going to become a good friend. So thank you, Armoured Cockroach, for bringing that to my attention and distributing them, and thank you for letting me come and collect it from your house, which was a real treat. It's really great to meet you in person and have a chat. So thank you everybody. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Wilma. And it's goodbye from the little steel chainsaw.